Hey, my name is Nate Halverson, and I'm a full-time carpenter. I've had my own company for over 10 years now. And in this video, I'm going over the top 5 trades to get into in 2026. I'm partnering with AI to give you this info, as well as my input on what's going on and what I'm seeing in the trades. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and let me give you a little backstory of who I am. Again, my name is Nate Halverson. I've been in the trades for over 10 years now with my own company. I'm a finished carpenter, and in my early years, I started out with building patios, decks, and kind of easy pallet furniture. And as I progressed over the years, now I'm doing high-end furniture installs, built-ins, conference tables, things of this nature with exotic hardwoods, welding with steel, implementing them together to make beautiful masterpieces, typically for businesses or high-end residential. Let's be honest, what we're seeing right now in the trades is something to pay attention to. There is a tremendous gap, meaning more people are leaving the trades than are getting in. The average worker in the trades right now is 45 years old. Let that sink in for a second. The average laborer right now is 45 years old. I see this because when I walk on job sites still to this day, I'm typically one of the younger guys on the site. And for every 5 guys that are retiring right now, only 2 are getting into the trades. So if you do the math, let's look at it this way. Every 50 guys that are leaving, only 20 are getting in. Every 500 guys that are leaving, only 200 are getting in. This gap is going to be getting larger and larger as the years go on, which means the demand for skilled labor and guys like you getting in the trades is only going to make the pay go up, because there's not going to be anyone left to do this. There's not going to be people swinging hammers, using drills, welding, carpentry, electrical, HVAC, all these things, plumbing that we're going to be going over and getting into. There's going to be such a need for you. So let's get into it. Top 5 trades, 2026. Get out a pen, get out a paper. At number 5 is welding and metal fabrication. Chat says that the demand for welders is skyrocketing. Infrastructure, manufacturing, shipyards, pipelines, everyone is desperate for people who can work with steel. I know this to be true just with what I do specifically in my business, because metal goes with wood, especially in the installs for conference tables or art structures. I learned welding for myself so that I don't have to pay another welder. Now I'm getting paid to do the welding and implement it into my builds, thus giving me a higher yield and more pay. What I personally love about welding is how easy you can learn this skill. I started out with like $100 welder from Lincoln Electric that I bought at Lowe's, which is called a flux core welder. So it's not MIG, it's not TIG, it doesn't use gas. It's a direct wire feed, and it's the easiest way to get in. It can be a little tricky to learn because there's spatter, but you could go buy a flux core welder for $100, put 2 pieces of metal together, get the settings correct, pull the trigger, and you could weld 2 pieces of metal together. Is it going to be professional? Is it going to be clean? Probably not, and it wasn't for me either, but my point is you can learn it very quick for a cheap entry level with the tool. Let's go over pay for welding. Starting out right now, we're seeing trends at $20 to $28 for entry-level welders and around $45,000 to $60,000 a year. This is just entry level, and again, this is just what chat's saying as of right now, and I believe this is actually on the low end. We're looking at getting into TIG, pipeline welding, $70,000 in your first year, easy. Obviously, getting into your own specialty work or promoting your own business, $100,000 plus, no problem. RM installs, cabinetry, custom builds. At number 4, it's what I do, which is carpentry and or finish carpentry. Chat says the remodel and custom build boom isn't slowing down. People want high-end finishes, custom pieces, and quality craftsmanship. And there are not enough finished carpenters to go around. I couldn't agree with this more. And let's just talk about AI for a second, because obviously I'm using AI to talk to you about this video on top of just what I'm currently seeing in the marketplace. But what AI is not taking over, because it's a big scare right now. A lot of people are losing their jobs. Thousands of people are getting laid off from things that can be replaced with AI. We're seeing a lot of desk jobs, a lot of monotonous work getting replaced with AI. And I've seen people I know specifically also say that AI is going to be taking over the trades, which, if that's true, I don't think it's anytime soon. I don't think it's in our lifetime. And as of right now, it's definitely not happening. No AI is walking in and doing a remodel for a customer. No AI is building custom conference tables and built-ins. It's not happening. Yes, are we seeing AI weld in terms of bots, weld in big car manufacturers? Yeah, we're seeing that. But they're not doing everything. They're doing monotonous tasks that can be repeated over and over again. So where we step in is when monotonous tasks that are not being repeated over and over again have to take place. When there's custom installs, when there's change orders, when there's things that are not repeated over and over again, AI is not doing that. And so I do believe that right now, AI is not going to touch the trades. Therefore, the trades are going to be boosted. Carpentry. This is what I love. This is what I've been doing. And I can't speak highly enough about getting into carpentry. It is a trade that, again, I don't think is going anywhere anytime soon. We've been building houses the same for 100 years plus. And again, I don't think AI is taking over where this trade is going. Let's read about some pay. General carpenter starting around 18 to 24 per hour. Again, this is nationwide. This isn't state specific. So this could be different for a state like California. I think you'd be making a lot more per hour. Maybe if you're in Kansas, Nebraska, West Virginia, it might be the 24. It just depends on the cost per living, right? Finished carpenter starting $22 to $30 an hour. In Idaho, I was starting my guys at 30, like starting and going up from there. And I would start someone higher now. Door installer, stair specialist, high-end trim guys. Again, we're talking one-off. We're talking $70K a year. And again, once you start your own brand, do your own installs, market, create a business. Hello, talking to a guy that can help you do that. 100,000 first year, easy. Chad also says, and I will agree, if you've got good attention to detail and creative eye, this trade can turn into a career, a full-blown business very quickly. Again, this speaks very dear to my heart because this is me. I have an attention to detail. I'm a creative guy. I love being hands-on and thinking outside the box. And this did turn into a business for me very quickly. And I've been able to make a lot of money over the years and have a blast doing it. Heat pumps, ducting, service fans. At number 3, we had HVAC. Do you know that HVAC stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning? Now you know. Let's see what chat has to say about HVAC. HVAC is recession proof. Summer hits, they need you. Winter hits, they need you. Heat pumps are exploding right now because of new incentives, and their industry is desperate for techs. Okay, so as I'm filming this right now, I listen to podcasts while I'm at the gym every morning, trying to get new ideas, hear what's going on in the marketplace. And I listen to trade-specific podcasts as well. And this morning I was doing just that. What I heard was that there is a bubble in terms of everyone wanting to get into the HVAC space, right? They're wanting to buy businesses because they seem to be the most scalable. Meaning, if you buy a HVAC company or a plumbing company, you can scale the crap out of this company and make a ton of money. Well, that's all fun. And people have been doing that. But you can't scale a company if no one's wanting to work in the company. You can't scale a company if there's no techs to go out in the field. And the guys that are talking about buying these companies, they're not in the field, right? They're in the office. So they were talking a lot about being in the office versus how many guys have in the field. And so what we're seeing right now is what's called a bubble, meaning there's so much saturation in people that want to get into this industry, but they don't want to do the work. And so we're seeing this offset of, okay, there's not enough people going out in the field, i.e. tradesmen, learning the actual trade and doing the actual freaking work, that these guys aren't going to be able to make money, because how do you scale a business when no one's doing the work? Again, my point is just being made over and over again. There's such a huge need for you right now, whether it's in HVAC, carpentry, welding. Let's talk about the earning potential with chat. Earning HVAC entry level can be at $20 to $26 an hour, $45 to $55 a year. Again, this is just for a tech and this is nationwide. I think this is low. I really do. And once you get EPA certified, heat pump training, 65 to 80,000 comes fast. Again, with what's going on, I see 80,000 being very easy, like right away for techs. Why? Because there's no more techs. All right. Panels, wiring, EV chargers. Coming in at number 2 is electrical and electricians. Let's see what chat has to say about this. Smart home, solar systems, EV chargers, data centers, everything is being electrified. But here's the problem. We don't have enough electricians. You think? Like, this is literally what I've been talking about this you don't have enough anyone. Chat sometimes. Not even close. Let's look at some earning potentials. Electrical apprentices start at $18 to $24 an hour. That's kind of cool. Commercial apprentices often earn $20 to $27 an hour. And once you hit journeyman, $60,000 to $85,000 is normal. I think this has obviously been taken, as all these stats have been taken, because this AI chat is taking everything that's available on the interwebs and coming together with the most logical answer it can think based on the data that is there. So the data for this earning potential is what has been, not what is needed now. And so all these numbers, I believe, are on the extreme low end because we're seeing much more demand right now. And I don't think that there's data to prove what people are actually making across all these fields. Once you specialize in EV chargers or smart home systems, $100,000 is absolutely on the table. Yeah, I think $100,000 is on the table today for any freaking trade you get into, like anything. Learn it, work for someone for a little bit, go do your own thing, or move up in the company. You should be making $100,000 very quickly, no matter what road you go into in the trades. I would say within your first year, second year, 100%, you will be making $100,000. Chad also says this trade has one of the clearest pathways to long-term income, including becoming a master electrician or launching your own electrical company. I'd agree with this. And this is another area that I see this bubble is people wanting to come in, saturate the market, own electrical companies, and just run techs everywhere. But again, you can't grow a business if no one's doing the work. There's huge potential right now for you in electrical services, becoming an electrician. All right, this is the answer for number one: roof installs, battery walls, solar fields. At number one, the fastest growing trade in America, according to chat, is solar and energy technology. Let's see what chat has to say about this. We're talking solar installers, battery techs, microgrid systems, energy storage. Everything about this industry is growing fast. And federal incentives are locked in for over a decade. Interesting. Let's take a look at this. Earning potential. Solar installers start at $20 to $25 per hour. Not intrigued by that. Solar techs and maintenance roles pay $45,000 to $60,000 right out the gate. Okay, this isn't like exciting me, but let's read further. Battery and storage specialists can hit $70,000 to $90,000 a year in their early career. Okay. Field leads and crew managers hit $100,000 often within 2 to 3 years. If you want an entry-level opportunity with a very high ceiling, this is it. So chat is really excited about solar and energy tech. I don't know enough about this personally. I'm just going off of the little information I do know and what chat is saying. And I have to agree that there is, with AI and with where tech is heading, this is a huge industry to get into, being on the trade side of it. Again, I do think these numbers are extremely low for entry level and getting in. But again, to guarantee $100,000 in your first 2 to 3 years, that's pretty cool. And again, I think it's going to be even sooner. You thought we were done with this video, but there's actually a bonus that chat wants to share with you through me. So let's get into it. The bonus, is this like number 0, like better than number 1? Chat says automation and robotics field tech. Robotic arms, warehouses, machines. It's a bonus trade and one you'll see everywhere soon. It's called automation and robotics field tech. Interesting. Okay. As manufacturing and warehousing return to the US because of all the tariffs, right? The machines still need humans to install and fix them. Let's look at what the earning potential is. Starting earnings, $22 to $30 an hour. Fast track to $75,000 to $100,000 because the demand is insane. This is the perfect mix of mechanical skill and tech. So again, I think this goes hand in hand, this bonus trade, with what's going on with AI, with where tech is going. And someone is going to need to work on the AI. Someone's going to need to fix all the robotics and machinery and warehousing. I agree. I think it's a great trade to get into. So these are the top 5 trades to get into in 2026. Some of you are watching like, Nate, I'm a plumber. Okay, we didn't talk about plumbing. I'm sorry, chat didn't mention it. Do I think it's a great trade? 100%. I think it should definitely be in there. And if you're a plumber watching this or you want to get into plumbing, fantastic trade. Get into it 100%. All right, if you made it this far in the video, obviously you're very intrigued with what's going on in the trades. And I am as well. And I see that this gap is a huge problem, but with a huge opportunity to make a change. And that's what I've decided to do alongside my wife, is to start a company that is training those to get in the trade. If you're someone that's watching and saying, hey, I don't know how to get into it, but I want to, this is my opportunity. I'm telling you right now, watching this is your opportunity to get in the trades. I want to speak with you directly. We want to work with you. We want to help you learn skills and get hired on in a trade. So if you're watching this, click the link below. Go to halversonproject.com. Send us your info. We'd love to work with you. Thanks for watching this. We'll see you next time on the channel, and I hope you guys have a blessed and amazing day.